Virtus Pro's turn to pick. DC's turn to pick.
Disruptor.
Virtus Pro's turn to pick.
Clockwork. They want to rely too much on that. So Clockwork, I think, is more along those veins of like you have Cog. Cog causes a lot of issues for the need a lot of mobility in the team. Can't bypass the cogs. You need a link, and it's going to slow down your game a lot and just overall make maneuvering.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, conceivably, they could
5
still end up
seconds
doing,
remaining.
you know, another type of big initiation offlaner as well if they wanted to here. Like we could go back to something like we saw in the first series, a Centaur. Ooh, a DK take-in. More of the same type of style from Virtus Pro against somebody that just slowly whittles people away. Whittles away towers more often than not with his ulti.
Yeah, here you want like heavy magical damage. So like AA, I would think
10
would be really good. You have the spell
remaining.
amplify and you have the ulti. However, they already have both their supports most likely. So what other
5
like I
seconds
also
remaining.
think Batrider for themselves would actually be pretty good here. To kite the Sven, BKB piercing the table, like 0 physical damage coming out from that hero. So very good versus heavy armor. Lineup. Also, pure damage is useful. Timbersaw might be worthy of consideration, although it would struggle a lot versus the Disruptor, I would say, game. But good pick. Mason likes Weaver a lot. He plays Juggernaut sometimes. Two heroes are off. Plays Slark, not good. I'm trying to think of any heroes that because Mason needs a hero right now. They're not gonna get the last pick. So
Virtus Pro's turn to back.
okay.
You said that this would be another
Yeah,
good thing.
That's fine for them. I'm still worried about Mason's pick though. Like you don't want physical damage. They've already committed very heavy for physical mitigation. Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with BKBs at some point, but you still need some sort of magic damage.
10
I guess
seconds
Luna.
remaining.
Luna's pretty good. I like Luna a lot actually.
That could be pretty interesting.
5
Yeah,
seconds
it's a decent
remaining.
amount of magical damage there as well.
Mirana might not be that bad too. I like Mirana a lot because it kind of fits their theme, their lineup of keep away with damage from afar, range.
He's played Veno a
DC's
decent
turn
amount
to
too.
ban.
Bristleback is another one which might not.
Don't
It's
like
not good
Bristleback.
against Sven, so
I guess Veno is all right. I think it might just struggle in the. They haven't picked what hero yet.
10
Lil could
seconds
also be playing
remaining.
Sven. I haven't seen him play support Sven.
the ultimate. He'd turn it back
5
around on him,
seconds
think he's
remaining.
going there in the safe, and it's all gone wrong. I mean, Batrider's already a great answer for Sven, so in a carry role, maybe that is the turnaround that they want to do.
Yeah, they typically don't save Lil's hero for last.
Well, a lot of time left on the bans for Digital Chaos. What really like messes with their draft? Is there a certain type of hero that does?
Messes with who's
With
DCs?
DCs, like stopping the pressure that they can throw out, or
Virtus Pro's
well, I guess it's
turn
just going to
to
come out
pick.
right now, and it's going to be the Lifestealer, another classic, one of his most played heroes.
Lifestealer bad. Yeah, he's like all physical. It's tough.
They
Very
have-
tough matchup for him.
They have global as well, so it's like great initiation. You know, you jump in there, you global. Maybe you just don't go on the
10
Sven and you try and find
seconds
pickoffs
remaining.
instead.
Yeah. The thing is, he can work out his whole team, and they have
5
Darkseer too.
seconds
Like Darkseer
remaining.
is really good at like stopping a jump on someone.
Guardian Greaves builder too.
PL has been banned. They do expect the support carry last. I think Slark's actually pretty good. But I'm trying to think of other matches that are good versus Weaver or Batrider. Weaver is also pretty good here. Those two are probably the most common pickups versus Batrider. We see Jug sometimes, but Jug also not bad. I mean, any of those anti-Batrider safe laners seem here.
Yeah, left themselves very open. I mean, that's the thing that's cool about this draft too, is that like it feels like Quap needs to roam around a lot, so DK is going to have pretty free reign to push mid and then eventually take that tower when she leaves. So as long as you pick somebody survivable, they'll be good to go.
Accurate.
Yay!
Who's it gonna be? Maybe they want. I think they want more of a melee hero though, because I think when you have Darkseer, you want to make use of the Ion Shell, so heroes that can like get in there, up close, personal. Slark and Jug, I would. Also because Jug can build Manta. I think he holds extra value because you are silencer.
Or like Blink Abyssal late game against Quap too.
Yeah.
That type of style. I like that a lot. Jug sounds great. I mean, Ramses has a huge hero pool, though. And
Yeah.
it still could be Lil Hero.
Could be Troll, too. Troll's also pretty... He's not a good matchup versus Batrider, but he owns Lifestealer. Like, Lifestealer would be useless. But not so good for... I think Bat's actually the... I think Forev is very proficient.
Well, VP getting down to the wire here. Maybe not so confident. Maybe it was the PL that they were hoping to take in that last pick. As it stands, it is instead going to be the Nyx Assassin.
Okay, so they have swapped it up. It will be Ramses, Sven. I mean, Sven, Gary, I suppose. More expected it that it would be Ramses hero last. Wait, that DC banned out last. Pulling the old Swapperoo, the anti-Nyx, and the anti-Quap.
Yeah, that's pretty great. And obviously against the Batrider, it's amazing. I don't know. Do you like the pick? Do you think that they do enough early? Like they have kind of setups for Impale with Glimpse back and stuff, but what's your thoughts? Whose draft do you like more?
Trying to think about it, like if I didn't see the... I would say if I didn't see the teams, I'd probably like VPs more. I think Lifestealer was gonna struggle a lot damage. Because of all this armor coming. He's a decent matchup versus Nyx, but he's actually not going to be versus Nyx much of the time. Nyx is a support point. And then Pasha is also going to have a really good time, I think, because how does Silencer zone out a Darkseer? I don't think you can.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be really tough. Well, getting ready to begin. DC versus VP. And still the favorites to take this one, I'm assuming for most people all around the world, are VP, who have just proven to be so hard to deal with, and have also put together a really strong draft here in this one. So Bulba, he's going to lay down one of these wards over here to the side, and a nice little block off on that camp. We'll see if they're able to make it happen. Big early movements. Last time around, it was the clockwork that was important to make things happen mid, with the Ogre also babysitting that Viper. Where do you see these supports rotating to and roaming it, or is that even going to happen in this game?
Just babysitting mid?
Yeah.
I don't really think you can roam too much. Disruptor's mediocre at roaming. Nyx Assassin, mediocre too. I think maybe both of them combined, but I think they just want to make sure this Batrider has a really tough
30
game.
seconds.
Like, you don't want him to get BKB this game. Like, you want to prevent that, not at all costs, but just enough pressure on him in the early game so that you slow down his blink, which will slow down the mid game, and then slow down his BKB.
Okay.
Because the Nyx will destroy them. Nyx and Darkseer. That's a great combo that they have. And on top of that, they have the Disruptor statics. But all of this gets countered by BKB. Ooh, smoke early from Solo to place the Observer Ward in the middle lane. And then perhaps to get the chance to be able to do it.
Oh, Dream. This would be such a great way to help out his mid laner. And we'll see if Abed is... Actually, he is bringing something out right now, and they're not going to be fully expecting this. He's going to be going for the block instead on this Queen of Pain. Oh no, the chicken. I think it is going to be going down here if he scouts it out in time, and we'll see if he can get the range on both hits. 1, 2, goes down, and that's a salve as well.
Nice play. So that is the value out of your smoke. I really dislike it when some teams in the early game, they don't buy the smoke early. Because smokes are so valuable in competitive play, and starting the cooldown immediately at the start is really good. And starting the cooldown at the start and getting a chicken kill and a good Observer Ward down, that's the dream.
Yeah, all the above. No one did get pushed back by the Cogs, which means that he's going to be low on mana for these first couple of waves until he gets that bottle brought all the way out. Let's see if Bulba can get a Courier Snipe too, likely. But yeah, it is just going to be a little bit pushing back and forth here as Lil is moved into the mid lane to help out a little bit more.
Well, Abed's lane secured, at least for a little bit. I said that last game, and he got demolished. Let's not jinx Abed.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't good for him last time around. And for Evan, he's also being sort of bullied around a little bit here by Solo. That still are able to keep that Batrider back at least a little bit. And they're keeping the pressure on no one. You know, making sure that even though He's got the help from Lil. It's not the easiest time in the world.
What pressure, says his 8 tangos and 1 cell.
That's true. He's got a hell of a lot of regen.
Not a way to do it.
Dragon Blood. Okay, so babysitting mid going on. No one actually...
He's
Okay.
he was sacrificing his HP for CS, which is completely fine when you have that much regen.
I always get so nervous when I see those health bars get down low, particularly with the blinking hero like Quap, but with only level 2, it would have been a pretty big death there, probably jumping into tower range. Pasha able to get a good amount up top as well, 6 CS for him so far in this off lane, and it's not quite the same level of kill potential here as you see in the bottom lane with the Silencer.
Bat's still 1.
Yeah.
That was with Solo starting off in mid lane at the very early levels, which is generally when you would expect him to be able to get level 2, but with that TP down to the bottom lane, he's been doing a very, very good job. Solo.
And in, taking him down. First blood drawn by Ramses. Kinetic Field and Thunderstrike, more than enough to punish that Batrider.
That's one of those weird moments that you actually would have wanted to skill Flame Break instead. He was up in the air. He was flying because of Firefly, but he actually couldn't move at all. He couldn't cliff evil because of the kinetic field. So he pushes back to spend. Maybe he can get a kill. I haven't seen that build before, but I think in this one particular instance, it would have been better.
Okay.
But I don't even know if it's worth the sacrifice not having Firefly too, because then you can't even jump. Which is what for
That's such a tough lane. And you might even end up seeing one of these other heroes rotate in. It looks like Bulba is going to try and do whatever he can in this lane and pick up some levels. Which is probably the right thing to be doing. But even he's going to have some trouble as Solo keeps on throwing out that Thunderstrike. Mid lane, it's Abed who's been left kind of completely alone at this point, but he's having a decent time. Although, as I say that, he's going to get caught out. Does have Blink and a Salve, but is holding on to it for the moment. Bulba battery assaulted is going to be running down Solo at least a little bit for the moment, but with Ferev only level 2, will not have any way to push him back in again. Ramses does have another stun here, but the kinetic field already laid down. Threw it onto the Batrider, almost can connect onto him. He's so low HP, 35 in fact, but he'll be able to make the escape. Close call.
Yeah, a little bit extra.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Well, mid lane, Quap continuing to max out the dagger. I don't know. What do you think about this, since it's kind of no one constantly staying topped off on regen anyways?
Well, then you have 0 pressure, and you can't
I
outlast.
guess so.
The thing is, you can't outlast that Quelling Blade. That's a big problem, I think, in this matchup for him. Like, yeah, you might have equal damage. Dragon Knight actually at 67 and Abed at 78, so Abed has 11 more damage. But with Quelling Blade, no one should generally win out in the CS war. Need pressure from someone. Bulba coming in. There are a lot of heroes.
Now battery assault pulling him back in there. Although the stun came out, that does mean that no one will escape. With the 2 rotations mid, not bearing fruit for DC.
What a player, Nolan. How do you not die in that situation? And look at his CS now.
They also spotted the smoke movement coming in from Dubu and Bulba, and they're actually going to run right into him. Solo can get the pullback if he wants to. He only has 1 point cleanse, a little bit outside of range, actually. So that does mean that Bulba will make the escape, but now you have the 2 heroes mirroring their rotations, and DC, they're going to end up being pulled back in yet again. Can Ferev stay alive long enough for the rest of his team to get here and get in range? It looks like the answer is no. The cogs connect onto 2. But that's just going to be more farm for Ramses. They're just not really able to make stuff happen with these heroes like you were talking about. It's kind of hard with them.
And no one is actually just so good, though. Like, his build, I think, at the start, kind of won him this lane. Remember when people always used to just buy, you get pulled a couple of tangos, whatever, and then you bring yourself a Salve? No one didn't do that. He had 3 sets of regen. So, like, Quap, yeah, you can spend all your mana harassing him, but then no one's going to come out ahead on CS, which is exactly what he did. That's the thing. This dude is just so experienced in the mid lane that he knows all these matchups inside out. He can go for these different sort of builds, And I mean, it doesn't sound like that big of a deal, right? Having 3 sets of regen at the start, but I think in this particular match, especially with the way that it started with Clockwork just manhandling him and burning all his mana away, he should have had
Dire's
a way
middle
more
tower
difficult
is
time. But
under
right now,
attack.
whacking on a tower, tower's not heavy. Look at this guy.
Dragon Knight player through and through, making it
Radiant's
work,
bottom tower
and even
is under
forced the
attack.
Queen of Pain out of lane. So everything coming up right now, Virtus Pro. Is there any lane that's going like really good? The Lifestealer is still getting decent CS for himself. Is that something that is sort of what DC need to fall back upon? Mason,
They don't care about him. They have the Dragon Knight armor and they have the Sven armor. So like, yeah, and they have Surge to even kite the open wounds if he even wants to cast it. So I didn't like the pick at the start, and without their other cores doing well, like without the Batrider lasso for the Infest Bomb, how are they going to get kills? And with Queen of Pain not dominating the mid lane, I mean, she's not doing poorly, but I wouldn't say she's doing well. Kind of in that in-between phase, 5.5 out of 10.
It looks like the Batrider too is trying to go back for the drum, so it's going to be a long time before that Infest Bomb comes out, or at least a brace, going in for the Tranquils. But we'll have to wait and see. About 7.5 minutes in, 2-0 is the score, but it's really the difference in net worth that's pronounced at this point, shooting almost at that 4K mark.
I think also the tower HP too. Like mid is at half HP, bottom tower is 2/3 HP for Digital Chaos. So they're going to start losing objectives very soon, and they need time. Batrider needs to get his Blink Dagger, and Quap needs any items that she can get. Veil pretty much. I would say is imperative in this game actually.
Yeah.
She needs armor, and they definitely need more magic damage versus this lineup. So yeah.
Well, maybe something can be made of it down here bottom. They're bringing in Boba. A good Cogs pushback, actually, is going to be able to keep Frev alive for the moment, and we'll see if they can find any more. Ramses is there as well. He's in the area right now with the battery assault, but they don't quite have level 6 yet on Frev, only level 4. And so all they can do is keep them alive, while mid lane, more action of Bruin. The catch was almost there. Abed taking the DOT, but it's not enough to kill him off, and he had the 12 stick charges anyways.
Well, I think that might be his lost tower, though.
Yeah. No one gonna push the tempo. He has stick charges too. Could have popped them to fire and maybe push this out a little bit quicker, but he'll still be there in time, I'm pretty sure. They want to come and contest, actually? They'll keep their tower alive for now.
I bet actually didn't go all the way home. Just got a bounty rune.
I used those stick charges too while dropping everything, it looks
Dire's
like.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he needs to stay around in this middle lane. Tower's at a quarter HP and just but there's still a little bit of time up on Dragon Knight, but I don't think he's going to be able to get that last hit. Midas on lifesteal.
All right. Hey, we're doing it. I mean, if you need to catch up, right? Yeah.
I think I do like Midas versus the Darkseer. You can just instantly Midas his creep and not have to deal with the Ion Shell. Nice. But it doesn't make the game easy, which is already so I guess he's maybe trying to match the Batrider, which is kind of cool. Like, you don't want to go Armland, like, oh, I'm ready to infest, and then Batrider's like, I need Blink Dagger in about 1,500 gold, and I'll see you in about 5 minutes. And he's like, okay, well, I could have just
Radiant's
farmed for
middle
another 5
tower
minutes
is
with
under
Midas.
attack.
So, yeah, makes sense.
Okay. We did see Surge forward, looking for it. Do they realize?
That would. Oh no! That would have been the Midas too. That would have been devastating.
Yeah, look at this. They placed down an Observer Ward in the mid lane here to try and see if they could snatch it off, and then over here as well in the jungle. But now
Radiant's
with
bottom
Mason
tower
on top of
is under
Pasha, he'll
attack.
always have Surge to get away, so doesn't really need to be that concerned.
I wonder if they
Dire's top
rolled
tower
low in
is
their
under
damage.
attack.
Maybe, yeah. Oh no, this is going to be a Pain dead most likely. Solo is there, and they pull him back in. They will pop the glyph right now for the tower, but I don't think they have intentions of saving
Radiant's
this.
bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think so. I don't think you can.
Frev still 1,000 gold away from his Blink Dagger. Like we talked about, the Midas is done for Lifestealer now, so he's going to start to accelerate a little bit more in terms of his gold. And I guess that it is really just waiting for that blink in Infest Bomb before any type of big play comes out for DC. But is Clockwork, like, I guess the other hero that can maybe find like a wraparound and kill? I don't know. It's tough. I guess that's the problem.
Disruptor is not even vulnerable because he can just glimpse him back.
So what's VP looking to do now then? They've taken the first tower.
Get Nyx 6 is first. Once they get Nyx 6, they can open up the map a little bit more. I would say they can probably make another attempt at the Batrider before he gets his Blink Dagger, or they could just farm up with Basket Madness Fen. That's also a pretty good option for them because he is excellent at taking out stacks. And look at this stack, it might be like a 6 stack. Wait, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only a 4 stack right now. So let's see if he gets a stack off.
He is going to finish it off now, and it looks like they actually didn't keep Nyx around to get those levels. He's down bottom, where a lot of DC is, and Solo actually is going to scout out Dubu, as well as Bulba. The Glimpse comes out. He was able to trap him in the Cog Zone with the Flame Break pushback. This might be another +2 for Dubu. Something going right for DC. Much needed.
First kill of the game!
Hey! It's been a really slow-paced one.
Yeah. We have minus one side, a Batrider on the same side who doesn't really have any items. Then you have a Sven on the third side, so kind of expected, I would say.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What is going to happen soon?
Dire's
Darkseer
top
has
tower
mech
is under attack.
if he wants to buy it right now. Sven doesn't have Blink Dagger, but I say once Sven gets it, he can actually start making moves. Dragon Knight has Armlet completed. So this is where the game starts to heat up. Don't you worry, Gabe.
Oh, baby. Well, there's one thing. They already find one kill, and Dubu did end up getting the intel for that, but he's going to...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
God, let's see if it pays off here. Abed. Oof. Man, look at how much damage he took. And that wasn't even with God's Strength used. He's just running at him with a stun.
Making him live a life of fear, man.
I guess there is a little bit of maybe some mentality issues in there as well. You sort of make sure that people know you're always going to be coming at them.
I mean, really, what did they use there? Just wall. I don't really think they need walls to hold the team right now. They're pretty far ahead. So I think it's a good statement to be made.
Yeah.
You also like make them blow shrines, and they don't have to use that top shrine for the fight or to heal up from that. So you trade wall for shrine. That's pretty good.
Yeah. A lot longer cooldown on the shrine, that's for sure.
And the tilt aspect.
There you go. Always underrated. Well, no one. DD Rune on the Dragon Knight with that dragon form enabled. The tower did not stand a chance, so 2 tier 1s taken. And still, Sven continues to farm away. Everything is going good for VP here. I don't really see what it is that DC can do until they get those big items up. And
Blink's almost up, though.
they're almost there, yeah.
It's just a problem because they don't have the infrastructure to also deal with the Nyx assassin. How do you deal with it when your supports are broke, when your cores are broke?
Yeah. Well, and not only that too, but maybe that initiation fully gets turned back around as well with the Nyx assassin there, and having Spike Carapace to just interrupt Batrider.
That would be sick. Okay, here they go. Forev, let's see the smokes. It's time, buddy. It is time.
Well, VP, are they going to put themselves in a position to get picked off too? Because if they're all together, it still feels like this net worth advantage could be kind of hard to deal with. And Pasha does have that mechanism completed, and he is TPing up top.
Radiant
This could be a tough fight for DC nonetheless, in spite of having those initiation items.
They know something's up, though. No one's showing
Dire's
the map
top
at all.
tower
They have
is
pretty
under
deep wards,
attack.
too, and they use a scan to cover
Dire's
mid. So
structures
let's
are
see. Is
fortified.
Lil going to be able to pop the smoke? He actually isn't sure which direction it's coming from, but he knows it's coming from either the north or
Dire's top
just
tower
south of
has
that.
fallen.
They're walking forward again. Bulba is there. The smoke breaks at least once. They drop down a ward, and now a sentry as well. So they are going to have eyes on Lil in just a second. We can see if they reveal them there.
Let's look at Batrider low to the top side.
He's looking, he's waiting. He wants this one badly. No one is going to be there. Abed as well. They jump forward, catch onto him as well. Global follow-up. It's the perfect initiation. Is it the perfect target, though? Can they kill off no one? The answer is yes. And now Ramses left with nowhere more to go. Static Storm is down. VP, they're going forward. Bulba being the one who's going to sacrifice himself slightly. Already taken out again. Another vacuum back in for Rev. Is he he going to be able to get out now? They're going to surge away. VP do not want to take this fight if they can avoid it, and Pasha might be the one who gets left behind. Open Wounds is there. Quick couple right clicks and the kill. DC back on the map.
Excellent angle from approaching the Dragon Knight right there. That was really well played by them because they kind of,
tower is under attack.
excuse me, they feigned a maneuver from the south because you saw the Clockwork move up forward to place a ward. So when they're up in that jungle area, you expect them to be trees right above him because it's very unusual for them to be separated that far out. And then what they actually did was, yeah, they feigned the maneuver to the south and they wrapped around north with the lasso. But they weren't actually ready for that. Supports were way too far away. Yeah, they needed to interrupt the Quap combo. You can't stop the lifesteal. He's already raided. So the only thing they can stop is Quap getting all her spells off. He was able to.
Yeah, and it was enough to blow him up, showing that there's still decent damage on DC when they have all those ultis online. As far as VP is concerned, is that something that you need to be pretty concerned about at this point? Like your Dragon Knight dying? I didn't quite see what the interaction was with his armlet, if it was on at that time or not, but
no, he was able to get it off. I think what he might need is a hood or a PKB, which is what he's looking for, just some way so he doesn't die. But the problem is if he builds Tinky, then they'll just go on Ramses. So, what the big be a shrine?
Rev is checking it. They know it's coming. Oh man, that was so close, so low. He actually does get the glimpse though, and there's the Static Storm, and it pulled the Lifestealer in as well, so he's gonna be stuck in this also, and can they catch him out? Can they kill him off? He's gonna get the Rage TP away. That would have been huge.
He almost got back. So close.
Now he's taking this fight without Firefly, without Lasso available. A lot harder for DC. They will have Hookshot. Maybe Bulba can go for a snipe here. Pasha is trying to be that gatekeeper. Get for the angle. Lil going for the impale pump fakes as well. They might scout him out. They wrap around. Lil is there again to break it out. And Bulba off to the side, jumps in. Can he get it? He's already down. Aegis is on the ground as well, but no one picks it up. And Bulba is going to drop. Sonic Wave comes out as well. They're able to get that lasso down onto one. That's no one still in a little bit of trouble, but do they have enough damage? Dire is here. Abed is out of mana, and Lil able to make the escape. He's back in again for one. That's solo down as well, and no one. Can they kill him off twice? With the surge away, I think the answer is no. But DC, they strike back in a big way.
Still a pretty good fight for them. Nice play by Bulba. He went so far around. He kind of suspected that they might have a ward over there with the way that he was moving. He went so far to the left side, and there were two heroes trying to block his hook shot.
Yeah.
Worthy.
That's really impressive, definitely.
That was a very nice play from Bulba. Set it all up.
Oh, Lil actually getting slowed down by the ghost there for a second.
He has Blink Dagger already? In Arcanes?
He had that for the Roche fight.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, his form. He did get him so
Pasha trying to run away from there. Can he make his escape? Bulba's chasing him down pretty swift, pretty quick. And is going to be able to catch him. Push back. VP losing another. Never mind. Ramses comes in mad as hell and takes him down. Oh, man. That's a pretty big guy.
Hello, Nick.
It was looking so good for a second there. But Sven hit very hard. 10,000 net worth on him. Has that Blink Dagger done, and well, about halfway to the BKB as well.
BKB is going to be an issue. A big issue, I would say.
Looks like Abed actually is going to be going for the BKB as well, and Solo pulls him back in for the Static Storm. Can they get the rest of these heroes here in time? Ramsey shows up, blinks in. Do they have the counterplay though? It's actually going to be Forev lassoing Ramses, trying to make sure he escapes, and he's getting pretty aggressive. Is going to be pulled back in. A vacuum and a stun from no one. Forev still able to live for this for the moment, but no, in the end, that Thunderstrike was too much.
The end.
Dead. Yeah, it's it keeps on being like these very scrappy little engagements, and it always feels like Virtus Pro maybe a little bit more mobility, maybe a little bit more just like you were saying, ability to turn a fight around with like that Darkseer mechanism and backing all that.
BKB number 1.
So how big of an issue is this? What's the sort of order of operations of the fight now? Like it's still going to be no one like sieging the tower, right?
It'll be similar, except DC are going to try to kill them before they get the BKBs off, and VP's going to try and stop them from killing them before the BKBs off. Like drop Static Storm, drop your, do the counter initiation with Vacuum Wall. So I am skeptical of DC's chances to actually kill them before the BKBs, especially if Warcry's up. I think that top fight, something smart that Ramses did also was pre-casted Warcry. Normally you cast it reactively because it's not that high up there. Will again really good fight.
But precasting the Warcry, making sure that the fight would go well with high armor on all their heroes.
Yeah, before the lasso comes up. That's the important part. If you don't get your spells up before lasso, you're just gonna die. Especially your armor. It's not like passive.
Oh, nice hook there, able to thread the needle and make his way around the Batrider. So no one's gonna be pulled in again for the moment. They do have Lil in the area. I'm thinking that, and the BKB finally comes out, as well as the surge away. So one charge of it down.
You could tell that he didn't want to pop it. Like, I don't want to pop it. I don't want to pop it. Like, yeah, I'd rather pop it than be dead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You like the Deso pickup for Lifestealer as well? Sort of the answer to the Warcry in a lot of ways.
He's still well in the positives though with Warcry. Warcry has 20 armor. Deso not even that. So it does help with killing the supports, and it does help bursting them in that time frame where they're popping in. I think that's the most important part of it.
We also have Dubu who's picked up a medallion, so there's more minus armor here to try and at least make things slightly better. But again, making all of that happen onto one hero, it feels like you're investing a lot into them, and if it doesn't work, then the rest of the team fight's just over.
Yes.
But yeah, how do you need to sort of wait for like that next Aegis to come back around for VP now, or what's you still think they feel pretty comfortable just pushing down each of these lanes?
Just push down each of these lanes and let Nixus not died yet this game. So that he's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's moving around the map elusively, popping smokes, getting vision on heroes, getting easy solo pickoffs when he can, and just setting up generally very well for his team. And Lil is, I would say, probably the most important player for their team right now. Like him being able to make sure that his cores get farmed by where he leads. Like look at where he's scouting right now. He's like out around the back, looking for a potential wraparound angle from the lasso and the Lifestealer bomb that they've been doing. But now he's just like, okay, DC have just wusses. They're gonna send us at the base because they don't want to lose the game right now. And maybe are like, okay, well, we need to get more advantage. And while they're still stuck in there. But he's scouting out from the potential wraparound angles from DZ, because the fight could go really well. Blink Lasso into tons of bursts, like from Quap before the BKBs pop up. That's the dream. But if he gets his eyes on the Queen of Pain, or it stuns her before her BKB, let's say, or if he gets his eyes on the Batrider, so well.
Global comes out. Oh, Bulba the hook shot in the perfect timing. They're able to find those two heroes, and Ramses waiting to jump back in the vacuum wall. The stun's there a little bit late. He's actually able to find the lasso for Rev, making the plays to keep his team alive. If they win it, this would be such a big combo for them. Mason is going to be dropped down, though. And Abed managing to get out for the moment. Can he escape Pasha? It looks like the answer is yes. That could have gone so much worse for DC.
Well, their cores were sitting back. That's the thing. They almost set up with a big Darkseer's vacuum wall and storm wall. That was really close, but Forev was even on the lookout for it. He lassoed the Svenus immediately as soon as he blinked in, but still, they had to blow, what, 2 ultimates, I think, at the start to kill those 2 supports, which was pretty good, but they still did get some spells off.
It was also a disruptor buyback in the midst of that, so...
Solo does that a lot, but that's fine. He has GPM talent. What ifs?
Nice. Good stuff. Yeah, it did show again also the power of Darkseer Greaves in that, being able to stay get out of the global and then return the damage in kind. Get the turnaround happening. BKB charges down to 8 seconds here as well. When those charges do start to get down to the 5-second mark, is that something to be pretty concerned about for Virtus Pro, or is it like enough burst damage that it doesn't really matter?
If Quap gets bigger, it's a problem. She's the one that can destroy it.
Dire's top tower is
Right now she's not big enough. Doesn't really matter that much. He can still kill people in 5 seconds, that's for sure.
Aces coming. Still aren't really able to do much more than take down those tier 2s. Roche respawning in 2.5 minutes now. So a relatively long respawn time. What you said when Quap gets big, like is it we're waiting for Shiva's guard, or is it like this Lincoln sphere that's enough? Does she need to actually like output a lot of damage or just stay alive for a long time in the fights? That's the bigger concern.
She just needs to be threatening. Threatening means killing people before BKB, or being able to blink on the back lines and kill the disruptor in the Nyx without being able to do it, without having to expend that many spells. Like, there's many ways she can be threatening. She can hit level 25 and just be a tank. That's also a pretty good way to be threatening as Queen of Pain. So yeah, annihilating the supports, or just being unkillable while doing damage, which is 25, or like, you know, if she gets like a Scythe or something like that, or Orchid, they can kill the Nyx very fast. If she gets the Lincolns, she doesn't have to worry about these 2 targeted stuns coming out from this Venom and Dragon Knight. Yeah. Look at Lil, he's right there again. He knows exactly where they're coming from.
They also scouted out that the ward just got taken there, so they realized they're all in that spot, and oh, they might be actually going for this. No one with the Hasterin is walking in. Dubu not going to get caught there. And it looks like the rest of DC retreating back home. Make sure that they're all fine and dandy.
They think that Roche is the right now, though. Or it could be a VPR.
I guess that's the nice part about Clockwork too, making that scout happen constantly, and this is leaving a good amount of room for Abed to also farm up and the lane push. How close is that lifestealer to the AC? He's only 1,400 gold away.
Yeah, he's actually starting to hit pretty hard. His minus is paid off for him, I would say. It's been a relatively slower game for him, so he hasn't like died. Like there wouldn't have been a fight where if he went another item instead of Midas, they would have won the fight. I think that's kind of the ultimate test for the Midas. It's not how many times you used it, or if it paid for itself back in whatever amount of uses or whatever amount of time. It's would you have won a fight, a big team fight, with a different item instead of Midas? Okay. And he's past that test. Midas test. Sounds like some sort of chemistry thing.
I love that.
Will it turn to gold if I touch it?
Well, certainly not turning to gold right now is going to be Silencer brought down.
Gold for another team.
That's true.
He passed the Midas test.
Chemistry Midas test to the Silencer. He actually doesn't have buyback. So now your tier 3 tower is starting to get hit as DC. Indeed, they're going to TP back with the Lifestealer as well. And it looks like VP going to be more content to just go take down Roche and not push the envelope.
So they only use Dragon Form, but it'll still be up for pretty long. Pretty much everything up on both sides. Oh, no, oh, wait, they used Guardian Form. There they go.
That just got scouted out as well. Dubu's in the area. They have Global as well. Walking forward, they get the stun though. There's the Global Silence that comes out to try and turn it back around. Bulba hook shots in, able to catch onto Woden. Farev is going to eventually be brought back down, and now Ramsey's hitting hard on top of all of these heroes from the Dire. DC is going to drop the blink away. We'll keep that Quap alive for the moment. 4 other heroes dead for DC. Great fight for VP.
Pacha got all his spells off, and no one. Great blink there to get that stun on the Batrider. Again, you see the problems with Batrider not having BKB. They had that great early game prevented him from getting his BKB. You can see it on his quick buy next, but it's 30 minutes in. It's about the time that you want to have a BKB, but instead he has look how slowly he went into the fight. He was super scared. Nyx could have been on top of him. He could have gotten blink stunned. He could have gotten glimpsed back. He could have gotten vacuumed even. All these things are just so problematic for the Batrider when he doesn't have a BKB.
Yeah. It really is tough, and that's why it was such a great last pick of that Nyx Assassin. Man, and I'm sort of struggling now to figure out where's this next item that you're going to be getting, because DK is going to have a halberd, and now you also don't have the right clicks from the Lifestealer as much. That's going to make the difference if it's a 5-on-5.
Well, the ACs cancel out by defense AC.
Yeah, that too. Well, Shiva's guard for the Quap.
Quap 25 is the next hit.
Okay.
Then they can outlast the BKB. Right now they can't. Like their whole team just got slaughtered inside the BKB. So get the 25 on Quap, try and survive until then. But it looks like the high ground push is just coming right now. They have to deal with this. So lassoing into the T4s is generally the play, but I actually think they have enough armor that might not even be enough.
300 health talent as well for DK. Didn't go for the GPM. A signal that they want to try and end this game right now. They've already thrown the medallion on him. The wraparound call has come. Can they actually even do anything with this DK? And if they drop everything on the Aegis, what's left afterwards? Rev looking for that opening. They want to try and separate, make sure that that Static Storm doesn't come out, and they have caught the Disruptor. No one manning up against Mason. He jumps inside of a creep, keeping himself away for the moment. Sonic Wave is already out as well from Abed. Is he going to end up dropping down? Already so low, but the blink away does come, and no one starting to fall as well. Bulba is keeping that little bit of distance. He was disarmed for the moment, the Lifestealer, but now he's turning to fight, trying to bring down Ramses, trying to see if they can finally find something for themselves, and in fact, it is going to maybe be him dying. He is going to instead take down Bulba from the right clicks. No one's back up. The Impale comes through. VP making it happen, but they have lost 3 as well. We'll see if DC can clean up here at the very end as Nyx Assassin. Yule Scepter to keep himself alive. No one turns. He's still hard to kill off. Now it looks like he's going to get the TP out.
Wow, how do they not lose additional heroes there? They did have the cheese, but it was on the Darkseer, not the Sven. So Sven had no Aegis and no cheese, and he actually was caught in a really bad place because of where Disruptor is. They went in to try and save him, but not enough items right there. A cheese pod would have maybe even been like 2 sets of racks right there.
It sort of had that feel of a fight that was teetering on the edge of just like swinging one way or the other, and they kind of ended up, I mean, obviously a DC big win, taking down the Sven, but still they did end up losing the range racks. About as best you could hope though, right?
Yeah, they had to use a lot of their shrines. They were fighting right underneath the shrine. So Quap survived that fight too. That's pretty important for her, that she was able to blink in and survive until her next week. That's very bold, and she does have a lot of armor, but Sven is mega far behind.
Pasha there, trying to catch the Batrider, but doesn't end up happening. Solo and no one together on a warding mission. They'll maintain some good vision. And with no Aegis, I mean, VP, do they take time to have a little bit of pause and get into their next items, or you just go again?
Shrines first.
Dire's bottom shrine.
Yeah, their BKBs are getting a little dangerously low. You mentioned earlier whether or not it would be an issue, and it will be an issue if Quap continues to scale. Quap, surprisingly, has only died 1 time this game up on Abed, but he's still quite a bit of ways from a level 25.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Well, take a look. Like you said, those shrines are fallen. There's actually no one right in front, and he is going to go for the stun immediately. Dubu is here as well. The global comes out, and actually the turnaround, they have Lifesteal here as well. Bulba is able to separate them on the other side, and it's actually going to be Disruptor dropping the Static Storm onto a BKB'd Abed. He's alive for the moment. Lifesteal is still being contained, though. Can he get away? It's not going to happen. Forev is going to fall also. They do have buybacks if they want to use them. I don't know if VP want to push the envelope. Actually going to jump forward and catch Quap. Is the stun going to be enough? No. Quap is able to blink away. And Cheese Eaten, that's the play now. They want to make sure that they take this other lane of barracks, rather the melee barracks. Buyback. Hook shot on cooldown, 20 seconds. And no way for him to get there. So they force the buyback on the Batrider and then retreat back home.
Oh no. Dreams of a BKB.
Cheese for a buyback on Batrider, that's pretty worth it, yeah?
I'd rather have BKB than neither of those.
Okay.
So I don't think worth it. That was a bait by them. They thought they could kill the Quap because they have a lot of stun.
I'll take
They
that.
just had to take the 4-step, I guess, and global stun. Really prevent that from happening. And Sven was attacking the shrine, which DC were well aware of.
Right. Dubu now has been able to build into a full Solar Crest also, which which I don't think there's an answer for at this point. Abed, they're waiting. The stun comes out. I don't think that they can kill here. Maybe with actually the DK showing up, but no, Abed's just going to pop BKB and blink away. Safe play.
Speaking of 5-second BKBs.
We'll have that Maelstrom at least. He said, still no death. I mean, the next Roshan, if you don't end the game there, is that where things get a little bit testy for VP, or are they going to be pretty comfortable fighting even into the late game?
I think fairly comfortable. They still have room to grow in the DK. DK's 25 is also really, really good. But they are looking to end the game right now. As you mentioned, with the health talent versus the TPM, you know they're going to try to very quickly.
This is pretty big. DC knew that they were there. They dropped this ward down in vision of the sentry. And so they were able to stay back, make sure they didn't get picked off. No one gets open wounds, but no damage dealt, so we can blink away. Power still, or rather, Barrick's still standing. A good stun comes out, breaking it out. Bulba jumps in as well. He's in a little bit of trouble. Abed's jumped into everybody, and, well, might need to blink away in a second since he's already being slowed down. They don't find the secondary stun. No way to do it through that BKB.
I think that was a big mistake by Mason. He didn't kill the Observer Ward with the Rage. That Observer Ward gave no one the vision to stun him as he blinked in.
Oh no, and now a triple kill for Ramses. Yeah, they're just blowing him up, and with no buybacks online, what was looking like on the verge of a comeback has been crashed back to reality. 16,000 net worth lead in Criming as it's a second lane of Barracks and maybe even a third.
Better game than this game. One of the problems with playing as VP, you don't exactly know what heroes are in what position. Last Texas game did render this Batrider fairly useless. I would say even more than Carapace, it was his Vendetta, just running around, popping the smokes, making the fight incredibly difficult for her. Also, it ruined the early game qual. So, nice switch up from Burst Pro. Solid play from their cores. I would say Ramses in particular, I think, played very well. And no one, too. No one had... his tower sieging tactics were spot on.
I want to see if he keeps playing heroes like that throughout the tournament.
That dude can play like anything.
Yeah.